Hi, and welcome. My name is Joel, and we're continuing not for broadcast. Let's see, last time there was some disaster happening. We'll see what happened next. What will happen? Day 913, an important review. Current wealth, manageable debt. You arrive at work a little early despite the stressful journey in. You still aren't quite sure of everything that happened. Though if the swarm of CCOs all over the building is anything to go by, this isn't just a Channel 1 matter. R. Bozeman, head of programming. This is confirmed when you are informed you need to speak to Bozeman immediately and are escorted to his office. You sit nervously outside waiting for your boss. A few minutes later, the boss man arrives, disheveled and with a stern-looking CCO in tow. Ah yes, Winston, good. This is Specialist Abels. She will be observing this interview. Please come inside and take a seat. The ruddy-faced man bustles into his office and leaves the door open for you to follow. The few times you've been here before, it was immaculate, with everything in its proper place. Not so today. It must be serious for Bozeman to be this flustered. So, Alex, do you know why you're here today? Bozeman says our eyes are sharp, and his gaze is fixed on your face from across the desk. Abels is standing behind you, out of sight, but definitely not out of mind. I don't really know. I wasn't involved with anything what happened yesterday. Yeah. What happened last night was nothing short of the culmination of a heinous and outrageous campaign of terror that Disrupt have been reaping on this nation and its territories. Bozeman shoots a glance behind you to your left, where your CCO observer is standing, and it is of course our duty to root out this rot wherever we find it, to prevent anything like last night happening ever again. I have been asked by Advance to perform interviews with all staff members involved, and will be submitting a personal review of your performance, both during the incident in question and throughout your time here. This can only end well. His expression remains stern. Just tell the truth, Winston, and this will all be over soon. Arranging some papers, Bozeman clears his throat and begins. Obviously, a lot happened last night, and I have a number of interviews to conduct today, so I'd rather not waste any time. Be brief, concise, and clear in your answers, So let's start at the beginning of the broadcast and work our way through. After the attack at the memorial, you seem to have portrayed the terrorists in quite sympathetic light. Why? I show what's happening in the news. That's our job, right? Yeah. I see. So you're saying it couldn't be helped and you had to show the aftermath as you did. I'll be sure to make a note of that. Funny how unauthorized footage always seems to find its way into your broadcasts. Bozeman scribbles some notes down, the noise of his pen scratching into the notepad punctuated only by the constant tick-tock of his ornate clock. Hopefully this will all be over soon. Reviewing the broadcast, we noticed something a little odd about a particular camera choice. It was while everyone else was talking, or... oh, where did I put it? Yes, here we are. Do you recognize this? With a flourish, Bozeman produced the leaflet from the notice board and places it on the desk in front of you. I assume it was just part of the set. Yeah, I honestly didn't even notice it was there. So you're saying the blame lies entirely with the crew on set? There's no way you could possibly use your own judgment to have determined it was unsuitable. You hear disapproving grunt from the CCO behind you. Typical Winston, and we shall see. Not exactly subtle there. There was one thing we noted during the finale of the notice board, and Bozeman picks up some notes on the other side of his desk. You seem to play an odd choice of sound effect relatively early on. Now, the script was expecting laughs, but for all three you choose to play boos. Why did you do that? I'm sorry, I was under the impression that I could pick freely. Did that change? I felt they were the most appropriate choices. Art is subjective, after all. Yeah. As well, choices given to those who show they can employ a sufficient degree of good judgment. Maybe we need to review this policy, or at least who qualifies for it. You can see Bozeman is frowning as he adds to his notes. It might have been nice to have him on your side. How many other people would he be interviewing today? Towards the end of the show, there appeared to be some issues with the sensor equipment. At this point, Bozeman pauses for a moment, putting a lid on his pen and placing it carefully on the desk, perpendicular to his notebook. How do you explain the fact you censored perfectly acceptable language during the final segment? I just do what the display tells me. I don't decide what's supposed to be censored. Yeah. Don't put blame on someone. I just did what I see is I must do, that's all. It will be a very strange coincidence that one of our key pieces of equipment were to develop a malfunction at the exact time Disrupt chose to attack. A disappointing but not unsurprising lapse by an incompetent employee seems much more likely, but I suppose we won't know until maintenance have had a chance to check it out properly. Silence takes over as Bozeman writes some notes. How many questions will you have to answer? At this point, Bozeman took out a pair of glasses and placed them, somewhat delicately, on the end of his nose. Then the portly man leaned forward to examine his notes in details. How obviously we expect the odd bit of interference here and there unavoidable. However, he paused turning the page at an agonizing pace. Interference is not the same as terrorist propaganda. Would you care to explain how quite so much of their messaging found its way into our airways? With everything else going on, I just didn't realize until it was too late. Yeah, with everything else going on. Out of the corner of your eye, you note Specialist Abels is visibly more attentive, awaiting your boss' response. Well, it's certainly true that accidents do happen, but it's an amazing coincidence how often they seem to happen when you're around Winston. Bozeman's smile is anything but warm, and Abels glances toward you with a stare that can only be described as glacial. You offer a strange smile back. A loud creak breaks the growing silence as Bozeman leans back in his chair. The tape of that poor Miss Brightman. Why did you play it? Help me understand why play that tape. As you meet his gaze, you're almost surprised to see an earnest concern in the old man's eyes. I was worried what Disrupt might do if I didn't play it. It seems like the news, isn't that what we do? Show the news? Yeah, I don't want to make Disrupt like... On the other hand, I already did it. Like, it's everything happened there. It's a crazy things. It seems like the news. Yeah, let's go. It seems like the news. You watch the Bozeman slowly cleans his glasses before answering. Well, at the end of the day, you choose to do it, Alex. I know what I'd have done in your shoes. After all, you have a habit of playing tapes you shouldn't, don't you? He clears his throat and leans forward again, staring at you for a moment before continuing. That is, however, all I had for you. Thank God it's over. I think that's all the information we need for now, Winston. Bozeman looks questioningly at the CCO, but by the time you've turned around, the moment has passed. Best you just go home for now. There's no work for you until we get a new satellite tower up. But of course, don't leave town. I may have more questions for you following the other interviews. As you leave, you see open hostility in Specialist Abel's eyes. Well, you knew there'd be consequences. Yeah, of course. Okay, how long? 3 months? Almost. A message delivered. The newspaper falls to the floor, slipping from your numb hands, the headline whirling around and round your head. This can't be true. How could this be true? Has it really been 2 months since that day? You find yourself back there, rushing back home after a particularly long and stressful day at work. You're already late, but if you keep to the speed limit, there's no way you're going to hear the end of it. You could probably shave 10 minutes or so off the journey if you wanted. You're going to be mad either way, no point in speeding. Yeah, let's go that way. It seems everything against you this evening. You have to stop at every traffic light, every stop sign, every junction between you and your destination. You're well over 45 minutes late by the time you finally pull up at the house, only to see Betterment vehicle parked outside, lights still flashing. What's this about? The CCOs are leading someone from your house to the van, your son's voice calling for you. Then the door shut and it's driving away, the spinning lights blinding you as your vision starts to swim. Charlie? And now you're in the break room. People at work have started avoiding you. Some of the show's crew started giving you funny looks. Bozeman's even been micromanaging you less than usual. It's just a misunderstanding. It'll all be over soon. Charlie had always hated Advance. The Disrupt poster on his door has been as clear a sign of that as anything else. But he was a good boy, never violent. Suddenly, he wouldn't have. You and Sam had both gone to see him at the Betterment Center last week, as soon as you'd been able. He hadn't been happy, but there were a lot of like-minded people there, from what he'd said. And it wasn't a harsh place like the old prisons, at least. But he hadn't suggested he'd been having problems. It just couldn't have happened. That headline, 5 simple words in bold black type. Disrupt terrorist dies in Betterment. Oh no. Winston was particularly violent, attacking a Betterment mentor. Died in the infirmary after failed attempts at resuscitation. And the eternal question left unanswered. What is his fault? Was it his fault? Or yours? Ooh. They actually lose all their children? A banquet for some. It's whoa, it's how many? 17, there was 89, 217 plus 11, it's 228. 7 months? Ooh. It's your anniversary. A week away could have been just what the doctor ordered for you and Sam. But after speaking to the travel agents, there's just no way you can afford it. Maybe next year. Still, just because you can have a holiday doesn't mean you can't make tonight special. You have the day off today, so you could try and make a nice romantic meal for them this evening. Though they did expressly tell you not to bother this morning, you think a cheap last-minute gesture won't change anything, were their exact words. It'll be nice to have a lovely evening together. You get to work turning the house into the perfect romantic setting for tonight. Everything's going according to plan. Sam's going to love it. Impatiently, you wait for them to arrive. You even had time to single-handedly clean the entire house, floor to ceiling. It took hours, but Sam will appreciate it, and that's all that matters. You hear keys in the lock and put the final touches in place. As Sam steps into the hallway, you're waiting in the doorway to the kitchen, dressed to the nines and acting as nonchalant as possible. Alex? What's all this? Oh my god, did you clean? And what's that smell? They give you a quick kiss as they step past you into the kitchen, where the banquet is laid out, candles lit. Oh my god, Alex. Happy anniversary, Sam. Sam turns to you, smiling and with tears in their eyes. Alex, it's perfect. You give Sam a kiss before pulling out their chair. The house never used to be this quiet. It's only since. Sam interrupts your thoughts, bringing you back to the present. You really didn't have to do this, Alex. I know, I wanted to. I love you, Sam. I love you too. They breathe, admiring the panoply of food you've prepared for them. Now, where on earth do I begin? They laugh as you pour the first glass of champagne of the evening. It's not the last. At least you still got each other. Yeah, some nice things. Okay. It's a year. A job down. Everything's ready. You and Sam have been trying to watch Bullet Man for years, but you missed it in the cinemas and it never seemed to be in stock when one of you went to pick up the VHS. Now you're just waiting for them to get home so you can start. Now you hear the front door open as you put the bowl of popcorn on the coffee table. We're all ready to go. Get your button here. Sam comes in with a vacant stare, ignoring both film and snacks as they sit down next to you. You have to actually nudge them to break their stupor. Sam, what is it? I just been let go from work. Sam is just staring into space. Apparently there just isn't a need for 2 nursery teachers anymore. Not enough children. So they can't justify the expense. Honey, I'm sorry. It'll be okay. You'll find another place. No, you don't get it. There just isn't that demand for younger years teachers anymore. Not just here, anywhere. I don't know what I'm going to do, what we're going to do. You pull Sam into a hug. I know things are tough, but we'll think of something. How, Alex? We're barely scraping by as it is, and now? Sam starts to sob. We're gonna have to sell the house. I can't see any other option. We've got too many debts to pay. If that's what we have to do, fine. It's only the 2 of us living here now, anyway. I suppose you're right. Still, I hate the idea of losing this place. Think of everything that's happened here, Alex. They fall silent thinking. Eventually you start the film, but neither of your hearts are in it. Too busy thinking about the future. Still, a house isn't everything. It's the people who make it a home. Home is where the heart is, after all. A change of scenery. And more time passed. A half a year again? Okay, another session. What it will be this time? How Disrupt still in there? I think that Advance has everything to destroy them. The sterility. Ooh. 3 years since the uprising.
Hello, Winston. I've checked the schedule for tonight. Nothing particularly important to report, but I'm sure you'll manage to find some new way to disappoint me. Still, at least my daughter's in for Advance's new initiative, That should liven things up a bit here on the 15th floor. Try not to cause me any more headaches. Bozeman out.
Expect catchy tunes and scenes of an inappropriately sexual nature, not one to miss. At 10
Songs of the New Future celebrate the end of the
popular Prime Minister reads
uneven past with this collection of team-approved charts hits.
It's the latest episode of our drama series, Betterment, which tells
Really?
the inspirational story of Emily Dennisworth and the brave...
I don't have anything.
And this is Jenny. She's the floor manager.
Hi, Stacey.
That's Colin. He, do you know, just don't talk to Colin.
Not getting involved and bring your daughter to work, eh, Colin?
Nah, we don't believe in it.
All right, come and sit next to Mum.
Believe in what?
Just days.
How did it all go so right? That's followed by the territory.
Atta girl.
Advanced briefing.
10 seconds, everybody.
What's this?
That explains so much. Okay, we are going in 5, 4, 3.
As we go over to Megan and the team at the
Good evening and welcome to the NNN. I'm Megan Wolf. And who's this, you might be wondering? Well, it's Bring Your Daughter to Work Day here at Channel 1. So I'm joined tonight by my foster daughter, Stacey. Say hello, Stacey.
Go fuck yourself.
All right then. Here are the stories that matter.
Nice.
First up, with Advance confirming that the nuclear fallout from the 20-week war is to blame for the drop in birth rates across the territories, we asked you what keeps you going. I know that I, for one, was quite deflated when I heard about this, but reading all your submissions really put the smile back on my face. This is from Drew in Humberset. To take our minds off things, me and my partner have been building this house for our hamster. It really does distract us from thinking about the 85% sterility rate.
Ooh.
So next week, we're building Nibbles a tiny conservatory, a loft conversion, and a holiday home. Thank you for that. And if you've started a new hobby, do write in and tell us about it. Next up, you know how we love your uncanny comestible coincidences, and I don't know about you, but I think this one really takes the biscuit. I'm not sure what I'm more impressed by, Stacey. The things our viewers spot are the unbelievable way our menu centres are now able to feed every team member every single day. Catherine from Berkeldown sent us this, saying, I couldn't help but spot the face of poor departed Peter Clement in my 4th lager this morning. Oh, I'm not sure if I see it, Catherine, but then again, I'm only on my 3rd. Do keep those coming in. Can you have a go? We've just got time for one more of your stories, and this one is an inspiring story of rehabilitation. That's it, just tell us who it's from, yeah, and then read it out, okay?
Apparently, this is from Sherry in Pendon. Here I am, just 6 months out of Betterment. I'm healthy, sober and working thanks to the facilities I had access to on the inside. I'll never have to go back to my old life of stealing cars and burning down charity shops. I just wanted to share.
We absolutely love hearing the way our neighbours and team members have been able to become better people. So do let us know your stories here. You can do this bit, Stacey.
No, you're right, thanks.
Come on, give it a try.
Let us know your stories here at the NNN.
So, no disrupt this time.
Change of pace coming up here. You'll need to use the SFX buttons for the next segment, but Advance have already selected when and what to use. Simple stuff. Just follow your government orders.
What? Actually, don't pay attention. What did you say? Didn't pay attention, yes. What's this NNN?
Tonight on the NNN, it's time to celebrate this week's team lottery winners live from the Shakespeare Theatre right here in the capital. We're going to hand over to Julia Salisbury. I suppose you don't think much of her either, eh, Stacey?
She's got a lot more going for her than you wankers.
Okay. Surprising vote of approval there from Stacey. Let's go live to that right now.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's Team Awards. all the many duties I have as team leader, this is by far the most pleasant.
Okay.
As I so often say to you, the uneven past is now, following the demise of Disrupt, firmly behind us. This is the new future. And I say to you, it's better now. I am delighted to be joined here tonight by one of the oldest people in Territory 1. He was born over 107 years ago. Please give a warm team welcome to Alfie Touchbadger.
Hello.
So, Alfie, you must have seen so much in your lifetime. What have been some of the highlights? Alfie?
Alfie?
Is he all right?
His hearing aid isn't turned on.
Oh, could you turn it on?
He says it drains the battery.
Well, will you tell him that we'll buy him a brand new battery after the presentation?
Yeah, he says that's fine then. And I will help him with that, yeah.
If you would. Sorry, can't get the staff.
Yeah. We got it.
So, Alfie.
What?
You're 107 years old.
Oh, don't bloody remind me.
Would you like to tell the audience what that's like?
Yeah.
Where is everybody?
Out there, in the dark. Oh, bless him, it's not just the ears.
Who are you? 2 sugars, please.
I'm Julia Salisbury, the Prime Minister.
I love this story. Who are you really?
No, I really am the Prime Minister.
Oh, so you're a
woman.
Yes, a woman. One of
Women
them.
can do anything men can do these days, Alfie.
Oh, can you piss standing up?
I can't say I've ever tried.
No, I didn't think so. 2 sugars, please, and not too much milk.
Shall we get to the awards, Alfie?
Oh, are you going to ask me about my life?
Well, I'm not sure we have enough time left now for that. So
When I was 9, I wanted a pet, so I asked me mum and pap. There was no television then, back then, you know. We made our own entertainment out of coal and roadkill.
Well, that's fascinating.
So they got me a pet, see? But it weren't a dog. They told me it were a dog, but it were a stone.
A stone?
Yes. So I called it Patch, which was a popular name for a dog back then on account of the king having a patchy face. And I decided to introduce him to pretty little Gertie Thimble, who lived up the road.
Oh, how romantic.
She threw my dog in the river. That was the day I decided I'd never marry.
And that's the secret to your long life?
Oh, no. I've been married 7 times. Divorced 8. There was a mix-up with number 3, see? Yes, I'm just lucky. Are we going back to the home soon?
Soon, Alfie. First, let's turn to the reason we're all here, the weekly Territory 1 Team Awards. First up tonight is a lady who really knows how to put in the extra hours. She works at a transition centre in Hamble-Bamblebury, and she has single-handedly allowed more families to unburden each other than any other nurse in Territory 1. In the uneven past, she'd have been locked up. Tonight, she is being honoured as a team player. Please welcome Daphne Snister.
Are you here to train me?
Just give her a medal, Alfie. There's a good boy.
Medal, please.
Doctor, I mean, 2 sugars, please. And don't let it steep too long.
I think you're supposed to give me one of those.
Oh. Well,
There he goes, look.
I can't get the arms up any higher than that. You'll have to go down now.
Thank God those fractious times are behind us, and now the territories are thriving.
Are we in? As the actress said to the bishop.
Yes, thank you. I've got it from here.
Well done. Daphne Snifter, everybody. Now, open your envelope and find out what you've won. Crikey, don't hold back there. She's stuffing in one of Peter's homemade Ethel's cakes.
Got it. I've won a holiday for two in Territory 15. Used to be called San Palmerino, didn't it?
I believe it did, yes.
Why couldn't we have stuck with that then? It's easier to remember.
We're all one nation now.
Hang on a minute. Isn't it still on fire?
Daphne Snister, everyone.
Oh, what about my change? I've been
Why I did this?
for 3 days now.
We'll get to that, Alfie.
Why I did this?
Right, you are, love.
Next up tonight is a couple from Farnley who, after a rocky start losing their family's ill-gotten gains to the Assets and Wealth Act, have really embraced the new future, setting up a community farm and petting zoo in their local area for all the local children to play. Please welcome Otho and Lobelia, Jackson Randiganis.
Okay, they're here.
Medals, Alfie.
You know, when I was in the trenches, I had a pal called Scotty Wilson. He was from way up north, so I didn't understand a bloody word he said. But he were my best mate.
Should we just grab them for ourselves?
Probably for the best.
And his best mate was Smudger Hayes. There was them two, Fiddly Eric, Unstable Terry, and of course, Leggy Sydney. She were a girl, but she had a boy's name, so they shipped her to the front anyway. First girl any of us has ever seen, close up. She's dead now. They all are. Smudger and Scotty never made it home. Fiddly got shanked in Frankworth prison in an argument over an olive. And Terry, he exploded quietly at home. Sydney got a fatal skin condition. Scratched herself to death. It makes you think.
Thanks, Alfie. Great contribution. So, Otho and Lobelia, a petting zoo.
After we lost all our wealth, we discovered there were actually people who had never even owned a pony. So we decided to do something about it. That's the type of people we are, you see. Advantage of a private education, probably.
Well, I'm sure we could debate that all night, but there's no time. So, let's see what you've won.
Yes, before we do, there's something I wanted to say to you.
Oh, absolutely. Every citizen of the new future has my ear.
When Advance came to power, you took all of our wealth. You took the shirts off of our backs.
Quite literally, in my case, I used to collect shirts.
You might as well have the rest of it, too.
Oh.
Security!
Oh God, not again. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Bennies and the news are not good bedfellows. Keep those flappy bits off my channel, Alex.
Tad better. And you are? Oh, no.
Got to go. Oh. It isn't right and it isn't fair.
You tell him, girl. That's my wife, you know. Only you don't.
You can't make pearls with swine, it isn't right. We used to have 3 horses, then turned to Bethel and Hunwell. And now what have we got? 2 mangy goats, 1 mongrel dog called Kenneth, and a rooster that won't bloody shut up!
Can we get this over quickly with, please?
As the actress said to the bishop. Oh, here we go again. Hello, Alfie Tansbadger. Pleased to meet you.
Oh.
Oh, don't
Stop
worry,
him.
love. I'll protect you. Oh, 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 oh.
You better blow what he knows.
You know, this reminds me of when I was in the 20s and we go to the the promenade at Shining on Sea and watch all the pretty girls on the beach. Everything was black and white then, of course.
Of course.
Visit the Penny Arcade and try to win a block of lard to take home for the family. You couldn't buy lard in those days. You had to win it. Oh, it was so much simpler back then. Boys were boys, girls were girls.
What are they doing?
Was recruited by the circuses. There were loads of them, you see, circuses, with their big tents and their candy floss. You'd hear the music, the pipe organ, drifting over the nearby fields. My mum used to call it the most magical sound in the world. This was before she lost her hearing after giving a particularly loud round of applause. Did you ever go to the circus?
What's that, Alfie?
The circus, oh, never mind. Yeah, just a tea, Pet.
Well, that was an unexpected dose of naked nostalgia. Some people simply can't let go of the past. That's why I look in joy and fervent admiration at the younger generation. So cohesive, such a team. And with fertility falling throughout the territories, we should value our fabulous new generation now more than ever. Our final winner tonight is a go-getter who really went and got 'em, helping to root out more than 170 disrupt collaborators in his own neighbourhood. Since then, he's gone on to be a senior cohesion cadet leader and organised all of the entertainment at last year's Camp Cooperation. Our final winner tonight, Edwin Neverley.
Edwin Neverley.
You should be in a transition centre, you old non... Prime Minister. It's an absolute pleasure to finally meet you. We're very similar, in my opinion.
Well, I've never been much of a role model.
Nonsense, Prime Minister. You have saved this country. You have fought enemies, foreign and domestic, with an iron fist. As with my own tiny fists have I.
Well, let's open the envelope and find out what you've won. Maybe it'll be a fist enlargement.
A year's internship as a behaviour coach at Betterment. Let's show the fools where they went wrong, eh?
Well, actually, Betterment is about rehabilitation, Edwin.
Absolutely. And if they won't reintegrate, we retaliate. Just like you did on Liberation Night. Thank you for this award. And stay vigilant. Report the non-cohesives. Be a team player.
That concludes tonight's awards. Join me next week when, hopefully, things will be a lot more normal. Back to you, Megan.
Prime Minister Salisbury there at a highly eventful team awards ceremony. Any thoughts on this week's winners, Stacey?
The nurse was fucking scary, the preteens were saggy, and that little prick will never lose his virginity.
Okay, well, succinctly put there, if a little profane. After the break, we'll be going live to a star-studded premiere. You won't believe who's on the red carpet tonight. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back after this. And we're out.
Oh, Alex, one other... What's that? You're off already? I know you had to take the day off work for Junior, but... Oh, I see. No luck still with Theodore. I'm so sorry, darling. Of course. I'll speak to you later. Oh, Alex. Completely forgot what I was going to say. Blast it all. Still, I'm lucky to have her.
Yeah.
Tragic, comic disaster.
Yeah, that. It's like having him back in the chair.
Do you reckon he's watching us somewhere? Laughing. I think he is.
Jeremy, are you watching us?
Are you receiving us?
Are you fucking with us?
Oh, right. So she can swear.
Yeah. Oh, grade B. Not bad, not bad. But actually, there's nothing. I can, like, can I actually do something here? So, no disrupt this time. I don't have any competition time, public information, there's nothing
Patrick
else.
and Robin are just going to grab her hand, and then you've got these generic links on the auto cue to glue it all together.
They do know I have a Queen's View degree in journalism.
Don't you wish you'd studied something useful, no?
All this bring your daughter to work day. What a joke.
Where is our honoured guest?
I don't know, she's probably sniffing around that boy band, Hotspot.
Heat rash. Hotspot won it last year.
Heat Rash. Oh, God, they're running out of names, aren't they?
I hear the computer comes up with them, the songs too. Ah, there she is, and just in time too.
That's 10 seconds, everybody.
What have you been up to?
And what's it to you?
And we are going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. Stacey's still here.
Wishing she wasn't.
Thanks, Stacey. And in this segment, we're delighted to have sent Robin and Patrick to the movies. Yes, tonight is the world premiere of The Automated, starring Lawrence Blunderclatch and the late, great Helena Canterbury Boatshoe. And all the stars are out tonight. We first covered this film almost 5 years ago, back when it was called The Medicated. Then, for mysterious reasons, the film was suddenly pulled the night before its release. Well, since then, executive producer George Focus has spent 5 long years polishing the
George
film
Focus.
and turning it into a special edition and premiering tonight. With extensive state-of-the-art visual effects and a top-quality voice team, George says it's the movie he always wanted to make. Now, let's take a look at it.
I can't deconstruct it.
Captain?
I can't deconstruct it. Robots!
Okay.
Is this
Up.
a wig?
You think I don't grow that?
No, Dick, I'll kill you. Think of Saturn.
There's something on your face, Chief Harrison!
Okay. Anything works?
I wish you were real, baby. Flesh and blood.
Captain Quasar.
But you're just ones and zeros, baby. If only I'd noticed.
Captain Quasar.
You rusted, but I didn't notice.
Captain.
I'm buffering, Dick, you said?
Got one on you.
God damn it, blast it off!
Here's a map.
What's a map?
Okay.
So head
Okay.
north on Interstellar Avenue, left at the asteroid belt, and a tricky three-point turn at Uranus. What are these symbols? This corner. This is the key.
We could shut it down.
Yes, we could shut it down. But we have to ask ourselves, who are we?
Yeah. Who are you? Nice.
Gosh, thrilling stuff. What did you think, Stacey?
The
Okay.
robots were alright, I guess.
They certainly were. Let's go over to Robin Short now in Western Square, who I believe has got the star of the show. Robin.
Well, Megan, I'm here in star-studded Western Square, and I'm hoping I'll be able to grab a word with Lawrence Blunderclatch, though, of course, he has famously avoided our show since the whole us airing him losing it thing. But who knows? Perhaps it'll be water under the bridge. Maybe.
Fuck off! Fuck you! And fuck you! That's what you lot like, isn't it? Lawrence's blunder patch. You animals.
Okay,
are just
now
sorry
here.
for her, don't I? Haven't they, darling?
Please don't swear.
So fuck your questions. Fuck your interview. Fuck your little camera. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. What's that, darling?
Thank you, and thank
Fuck
you.
you.
And thank you.
Wow. That was amazing. But Patrick is with Lil C, who wouldn't dream of such language. Patrick!
Thank you, Robin. Fingers crossed. I'm joined here by pop icon. It's Lil C. And her father, country singer and alien worshipper, Billy Bob Jean Short.
Howdy.
So, Lil C, what's with the bag?
She
Yeah.
knows what she's done.
Well, we love this look. Is it one of yours?
No, you know it's not. We don't do that anymore.
Yes, of course. Your clothing label went bankrupt, didn't it?
Yes, because a certain TV show failed to fulfill their contractual obligations.
Well, you look great.
Well, that's probably due to her new cosmetics and wellness brand.
Well, I'm not sure that it is.
Let her show you. This is our new eyeshadow palette. She calls this one Glands.
Wow, it's scented. Wow, that was a surprise.
Okay,
And this
up,
next one,
up.
this is our new lipstick. We call this shade Lips.
Oh, wow. Why is it so salty?
It's organic. And this, our next one, this body spray, this is a body mist which rebalances your hormones and actually smells like fertility.
Oh, right, yeah. Wow.
You feel that?
Yeah, that burns. Oh,
All this is part of Lil C's new range, straight from my veins.
oh, good lord.
Breeze Craglar!
So, you're retiring
Okay,
from the music
sorry.
industry. That must be hard.
Missed it a little bit.
She's way past her prime, Patrick. It was very hard for her to
Patrick.
accept it first, but the industry's very, very sure about these things.
Poor Patrick.
Well, you sure we can't convince you to release just one last album?
We do actually have another album ready, but that's for the label to release in case she dies over the next 10 years or so.
Next.
Well, given the way she's going, you might get it by Christmas.
Well, we better let you get back.
Now remember, we need the money. So, she's also available for parties, weddings, funerals, and bar mitzvahs.
Well, thank
Ooh.
you, Lil C. That's Lil C there. Oh, and it looks like Robin has got hold of Jesus. Is it obvious I'm sweating, Robin?
It absolutely is, Patrick. Jesus, how are you?
Yeah, you know, I'm good. I'm great. No thanks to you, silencing me, silencing the truth.
Are you referring to your attempt to incite violence against the democratically elected leaders of this country on live TV?
Yeah, exactly. And instead of being held a visionary, my management and agent, they all dropped me.
Oh, no.
You can't break me when you didn't make me, you understand? See, I'm the voice. I'm the hope. You can lock me up, call the doctors, but only the moon can judge me.
So, what have you been up to since your team cut ties with you?
You know, keep building, keep moving. I'm actually working on a track right now. Written, recorded, directed, all by myself.
Can we hear a bit of it?
Well, no.
I know I'd love to hear it, and I'm sure the people at home would love to as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure, of course.
down, down.
Yo. The news tried to shut my mouth, but it won't be long until they go south. Because my name's Big J and you can't stop me. See, no censorship can stop me.
Is there too many of these interruptions?
So that's all I've got at the moment.
Did you just rhyme me with me?
No! Daddy promised this wouldn't happen again. You're supposed to clap and say, well done, Julian, well done.
Well done, Julian.
Thank you. Now, ask me a polite question, and I'll walk away nicely.
Is it true that you're heir to a hotel chain?
What? Where did you hear that?
And that you're very much alive parent,
La, la, la,
apparently
la,
on the
la,
run
la,
for
la,
massive
la, la, la,
financial
la, la,
hoarding.
la.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you trying to censor me?
Just walk away.
Oh, Jesus there, who really does seem to be going from strength to something. There are just so many stars here tonight, Megan. It really is the who's who of whatever here. I'm going to see if I can grab a moment with someone rather special. I hope you're not too jealous, Megan. Back to you.
Thanks, Robin. But I think Stacey and I are probably in quite enough trouble where we are. So, 3 big names there, Stacey.
Yeah, big names.
Any thoughts about them, maybe from your generation's perspective?
You won't like my opinions.
Oh, go on, try me.
Well, Bumbalong is so old he's like 1 week away from a transition centre, so who cares? And Lil C was cool when I was like 12 or something, but now she's just another fucking loony. And Jesus is a disrupt-loving wanker who should have died with the rest of them 3 years ago.
You're right.
You agree with me?
No, you're right, I don't like your opinion. But thankfully, we can go back to Patrick now, who has another familiar face to catch up with. Oh, Patrick, what's the atmosphere like there?
It's absolutely buzzing here, Megan. The anticipation is killing us. But a little birdie's told us that any moment now, we should get a glimpse of someone incredibly popular with our viewers. A favourite destination for many of the fans. Yes, the Mayor of Bumley will be arriving literally any second now. No sign of him yet, but as you can tell, the atmosphere here really is something else.
Okay, different. Is this?
Patrick Bannon, NNN. What's it been like since Bumley got so popular?
Well, it's been wonderful. The tourism numbers have exploded thanks to the marketing campaign. Investors have ploughed millions into the town. We've got more Bumleyan jobs. It's brought more Bumleyan homes. We're all very grateful. Of course, it's not all bums and roses. It's almost impossible to get a good look at the whole these days. The crowds are unbelievable. Who can blame them? It's a bloody marvellous hole.
And how have you found public service?
Well, to be frank with you, it's been the greatest honour of my life to serve the town that I love so dearly. From the banks of the graceful Taint to the quiet elegance of the vomit-soaked car park outside the 24-hour petrol station. It's been a privilege, a pleasure, a gift, and I can't thank the mayor enough for all he's done.
Okay.
Let's talk to the mayor now. Excuse me, sir. Can you tell us a bit of what it's like to be elected to such a prestigious office?
What?
And do you have any words for your legions of fans out there? Stoic, but blistering honesty from the Right Honourable Peanut T. Fortescue there. And his PA.
A proclamation. Quickly, fetch a policy bag. Yes, sir. We'll get it ratified at once.
Well, there you have it, Megan. What an honour to literally see local government at work there. I'm still in shock. Back to you at the studio.
Thanks, Patrick. What a colourful interview there on what looks like an amazing night. They certainly know how to make an entrance, I hope. And the automated really does seem to have unstoppable written all over it, because despite Boris Horsey in Hours magazine calling it Lawrence Blunderclatch's overly long suicide note, in a review which ends with the words, and he hasn't even had the decency to see it through, the film, which is free to all residents of the territories, has seen record pre-bookings and looks set to run for months and months. But let's go back to those lucky few seeing it tonight. Oh, I'm so jealous. Robin, you seen anything unusual there?
Well, it's certainly not my average evening, Megan. And to top it off, I'm joined by famous, or possibly infamous, CEO Sophia Rimington. Sophia, may I call you that?
That's my name, hun. Just don't wear it out.
And who are you wearing tonight?
Actually, this is from Rimington's Fistcakes, our clothing line, and it's called Grace and Plenty. There's only 10 of them in the whole world, and they're handmade by blind former fisherwomen.
Oh.
The state of their hands, it's inspirational.
Wow. And so tonight's film, The Automated, is hyped as a cautionary tale. Will your company be taking that warning?
Well, it's funny you should ask that, because recently we had the science guys in to reflect on that unfortunate incident with a toy a few years ago.
Ah, yes. Mr. Snugglehugs, I'm sure we all remember that.
Well, we said, what if, instead of a deadly toy, we make a softer, more feminine version, you know, slap a wig on it or something, and teach it how to love. I mean, the technology is still decades away from where we actually need to pull it off, but it's a dream worth chasing, don't you think?
Aren't all dreams worth chasing?
Well, that depends. If it's sleeping with the family dog, probably not.
How did you know about that dream? It was one time at flute camp, and I haven't licked a toad again since.
It was just an example.
Just example.
Of course it was. I knew that. obviously. I was just joking. Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Well, I should probably.
Yes! Yes! Right,
Movies
you
about
are.
two, you know.
The movie, right, yeah.
So I'll just.
Yes, definitely.
Bye-bye.
I'll throw it back to the studio. Go hide under my duvet for a couple of months in shame. Megan?
Thanks, Robin. Lucky you, and enjoy the movie. The Automated opens in cinemas across the territories this weekend. What a star-studded event, eh, Stacey?
Who cares? No one goes to the cinema these days.
Of course. We'll be back after these messages. I still go to the cinema.
You should get yourself a video recorder, like the one at the home.
Yeah, I've got a video recorder. It's just not the same, is it?
You're right, it's better. No uneven as chatting and chewing all the way through.
What about a kiss and cuddle on the back row? Doesn't that happen anymore?
In public? What's wrong with you?
Nothing. Nothing's wrong with me.
Feeling better?
All right, you are. Got to get set up for heat rash. I think Ronnie's on something.
I know he is. It was on his rider. Apparently it's medicinal.
Ronnie's always high. Give him orange juice.
God, she speaks.
He's a stupid cunt.
And just like that, you wish she wouldn't. We seem to be a bit bunched up at then.
Okay, so we have this now.
Oh, here's Megan. She's going to be interviewing you.
Hello. Hi.
This is her. This is Stacey.
Well, hello there, Stacey.
Fuck off, Ronnie.
Just still.
Right. No, I'm sorry, but if we can't be polite, you're going to have to wait in the dressing room.
Whatever.
Do you want to go and wait in the dressing room? Hmm?
No.
No what?
Neighbours support neighbours, and friends reach out to friends.
No.
Strengthening and protecting each
Thank
other.
you.
Hey. And sit up straight. You're ruining my shot.
As one.
That's 10 seconds, everybody.
No, cool.
Fucking right, Noko.
What's that? What's no?
Bring in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. For our final segment tonight, Stacey and I are delighted to be joined by Heat Rash. Their new album, Girls and Why We Love Them All, comes out this weekend. So, let me see if I can get this right. It's Nolan.
I write the songs.
Ronnie.
That's what it says on my tattoo.
Oh, you've got a tattoo of your name on yourself. Okay.
In case he forgets it.
This raconteur, you must be Chinny. Why do they call you Chinny?
It's because of this ugly old thing.
I don't know what you mean.
God, you're so fucking embarrassing.
Dale. Crikey, Dale, you do not look old enough to be in a band.
I get that a lot. I'm actually 23, the oldest one. I have a growth disorder.
God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that.
It's so cool, Preeti.
I was only messing with you.
He's actually 58.
Okay, right, I see. You're going to be a handful, aren't you, boys?
Mum.
And you must be TP. What does TP stand for?
Tiny prick.
It stands for team player.
I see. How long have you had that nickname?
Ever since Nolan decided Terry Prodance was a shit name for a member of a boy band.
No co, Ronnie. Yeah, no co, Ronnie.
Sorry, what does no-co mean?
It's the opposite of SoCo.
Ah.
Fuck's sake. SoCo.
Yeah.
So cohesive. You pretees say cool.
Right, okay. Thank you, Stacey.
Sorry about her.
Not your fault. She's uneven.
So, you guys met through a popular show on one of our rival channels, didn't you?
Yeah, team players with a Z.
So, how did that work then?
Well, actually, Dale and I knew each other from school. We were actually classmates. And
Fuck's sake, Nolan, mate. Give someone else a chance. We all went on team players. We all auditioned. The judges put us into bands. And, yeah, we went to their houses and they just put us into bands.
it's an example of how we're greater than the sum of our parts when we work in harmony.
And occasionally singing it. So every week on the show, they get these bands and they give them a song that the producer just found from under the bin somewhere.
Actually, I write the song.
And the public would phone in and decide which song they like best.
Right, and then the losers would be eliminated. Yeah?
Mum.
Noko.
Preeti. So no-co. The band who get the most approval get to play their song again.
Sure. So what happens to the losers then?
Mum!
What? What do I keep doing wrong?
We don't use the L word anymore.
You mean losers?
Would you please stop saying that? That word is a pejorative. It's a word designed to diminish. At Go-Getters, I learned very early that we only win when everybody wins.
But, sorry, that's not real life, is it? That's just sports board, no?
Thought you were Soko.
Yeah, I am Soko.
Nah, you're a shrinker. Can't be friends with shrinkers.
She doesn't know what you're talking about. She doesn't understand.
So I do understand, actually, Stacey.
What's a shrinker?
Well, a shrinker.
What's a preety, Mum? What's a preety?
Well, I think it means someone who's older, doesn't it?
Pre-territories. It's someone who turned 18 before the new future. We call you preeties.
Uneven.
Mimis. Nonks.
It's not her fault she's old. She can't help it.
I'm not that old.
I'm trying to help you here.
I don't think I need your help.
See? Total Mimi.
Is that so?
Yes, obviously. Yes, obviously.
Okay.
You know what the real problem with you lot is? You just can't get over the fact that your beloved Disrupt are gone and you just don't fit in anymore. But the truth is, Disrupt were violent, no-co, bricks being led by a fucking psycho. I'm glad they lost, and you should be too.
Listen, not everyone over 30 supported Disrupt, Stacey.
Not everyone, no, but one fuck-off lot of you did.
Soko, Stacey. Soko.
We've all learned maybe a little bit more than we expected to there. I'm genuinely delighted to have met Heat Rash. And before we end the show tonight, I think you're going to sing for us, aren't you?
Yes, that's right. We're going to sing a song from Girls and Why We Love Them All called Pieces of My Heart, which is about a real relationship I had with an actual girl.
Oh, Nolan, give it a rest, mate. No one cares. Go on, let's get on these stools, lads.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Stacey.
Are the letters become...
Oh, she's 15. Go on, piss off and sing your song, Terry. Christ.
Right you are.
So, here they are with their latest single, Pieces of My Heart.
Oh, no.
Are you excited, Stacey?
Not for me, no. I only listen to blip music and a bit of jizzcore. Pop music is...
Ah, yes, I know I meant to mention this earlier. Apparently, these newfangled boy bands change singer all the bloody time. Try and follow along, eh? Keep the shot on whoever is currently singing the lead vocal.
I saw you standing by the man you sent with a brand new pair of Lakers, baby. Do you remember? You took the first of the pieces of my heart. We wandered into a bush and grabbed a vodka and stank. Took our assets and our wealth and drew them out of the bag. I gave you little pieces of my heart. I didn't know two hearts could ever feel like this, girl. It's like you were custom made for me by Remington Smith. I take all of the loves that didn't last and leave them in the uneven past. Share the new future as my bride. You snatch me inside. There's no need to hide all the times that you cried. As my old man used to say, you blow me away. I just want you to stay. I don't want you to pay. You make me crazier than Neil today. On Liberation Night, girl, I was sitting beside you. We sat there shaking all the way through incisors. We held each other as things and wrote our personal stories. You took a dozen pieces of my heart. I didn't know that life could ever feel like this, girl. It's like you were custom made for me by Remington's fist. I take all of the loves that didn't last, I leave them there, the uneven past. Share the new future as my bride, snatch me inside. There's no need to hide all the times you have cried. As my old mom used to say, blow me away, I just want you to stay, I just want you to play. You make me crazier than Neil, make me crazier than Neil today. And now I'm staring at your membership card. There's your picture beaming brighter than a handful of flaws. I'm trying to find the pieces of my heart and leave them in the uneven parts. Share the new future as my bride. You snatch me inside. There's no need to hide all the times that you cried. As my old man used to say, you blow me away, I just want you to stay, I just want you to play. You make me crazier than Neil, crazier than Neil, crazier than Neil today.
Wow. Fantastic. Thank you, Yuka.
Ooh, nice.
That was actually really good.
Yeah.
Best of luck. Thank you for coming in. Now it's almost time for final thoughts tonight. And I've actually asked Stacey to write a few, and they're just being programmed onto the auto cue now. Now, I have no idea what she's going to say. So, fingers on that bleep button in the broadcast room, just in case. Take it away, Stacey. Take it away, Stacey.
My name is Stacey. I guess you know that by now. Don't know why I put that in there. Anyway. I don't watch the news. There's no need. You hear all the important stuff from your mates, so I don't know what's considered important anymore. But I'm pretty sure that it's not rehashed movies and fucking boy bands, so... Anyway. I'm going to talk about what's important to me. When Advance were first elected 6 years ago, I was 9 and in a home. Not a family home like you call a home. This was a state children's home. It was fucking awful, actually. It was like a Charles Dickens book. The roof leaked and the walls were damp some mornings. The food was bad. Drugs and alcohol were everywhere. No one cared. You had to watch your back all the time because there weren't enough staff to manage us. And yes, as you'd imagine, there was a lot of some bad stuff went down there with some of the staff. Okay. Not all of them, but the others knew, and they didn't stop it. And then Advance won the election. And like a miracle, things started to change. They got better. They had nicer food. The home was not just repaired, but redecorated and kitted out with books and sports stuff and musical instruments and video games. Most of the staff were fired, and the new ones, which there were more of, spent time talking and working with the bullies. And you know what? A second miracle. It worked. The bullying stopped. My life, got better. Because finally, there was enough money to do the good things, and Advance had the guts to do it. I joined Go Getters, and on Liberation Night, that gave me a group of friends that I could talk
Oh,
with.
really terrible
The bombs went
things.
off and the power went out. Another miracle. I wasn't alone anymore. And that was the night I finally understood the importance of being in a team. So here's my final thought. I know the people who were doing better under the old system long to go back. You say, we were freer, but what you mean is, we were richer. But for every one of you, there is 100 of me. And even now, after all you've had taken away, you are still doing better than I am, than I likely ever will. You still have homes of your own and families of your own who love you. And I'll never have that. So maybe you should stop looking for the worst interpretation of everything this amazing government does and realise it's not for you. It's for the millions like me. And you can cry and bleat all you want, but you're never going to get your money back because it's already been spent on miracles.
Stand by. Stand by.
Let's keep making tomorrow better.
And we're out.
Is that all right? Yes. Yes, that was more than all right.
I was not ready for this.
So I guess you're going to be taking me back to the home now then.
I was thinking we could go out somewhere and, I don't know, have a meal, talk about our options, if that's okay.
Of course, Miss Wolf. Security will be standing by.
So they're always there then?
There was a thing a few years ago now.
Oh, with that Jeremy bloke? I heard about that, everyone did. Were you here back then? Doesn't look old enough.
Something that speaks from
Rather not me.
and to your heart.
Yeah, she does
An original
that.
composition of cooperation and cohesiveness.
Ooh, A+.
Solidarity for a step.
Nice. Okay. Continue. So they are still there. More info. Ooh, pretty good. Pretty good. Nice. Wait, what? Advance concerned about language? Concerned, disrupt ruined the broadcast. You played one advert too late. An accidentally poor edit. An interference-free show. All offensive words were censored. Nice. Continue. You have received a small bonus. Current wealth, manageable debt. Shares. Okay. Continue. Better. Still broken. Okay. Continue. So, we will end it here. Yeah, pretty interesting. So, there was no disrupt through entire of this broadcast, but at the end, they show up. So, they still will be there. And they actually give us this reason to feel for Advance too. Like, there are people who actually are affected in a positive way by their doings. Because not everything that they do are wrongdoings, but some of them are really terrific. I mean, bad. So, terrifying. Yeah, that's the word. Terrifying. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Smash like if you did. Leave your comments and subscribe. See you in the next videos. Bye.